Hey guys, it is Friday, June 22nd. It's 4:16 p.m. Chicago time, so the markets are closed. I want to start off by showing you crude, and we had a blowout today in the crude market. A blowout, a blowout, a blowout. So we had an OPEC announcement that they're going to increase production of 1 million barrels, probably 600,000 or something, but that's because the countries cannot produce any more than they're already producing overall. So when Saudi Arabia, you know, increases the slack, it's probably only going to be about 600,000 net. But irregardless, when you increase supply, it's supposed to decrease price. So something's going on here with OPEC. And I think everybody just sort of got together and said, we're going to take the market up, you know, get in line and let's make some money. It was let's make a deal day. And that's what we saw. And then we had that little last gasp into the close. So very nice, big move. Hit the gap. That was a daily gap. And finished the gap off just up there right around 70.50 in that area. I think they can target that for next week. There might be a possibility that we leave a half gap or something and the market will sell off initially before going back up and finishing it. But pretty much a very, very big move in crude today, almost 5.5%. Um, and it did gap up opening drive. Very, very nice trade opportunities. Just, get in the market and ride it up all the way. Hard to do sometimes, but that's what we need to do. Just, take our head out of it. And here is the linear regression 4. That's the tightest view. On a 15-minute chart, I like the 1 or the all. But you can play around if you would like to see the back and forth. So you can try these various ones. But this is supposed to be showing you the trend, and the all will get you in on the meat of the move. And here it's set up for you automatically for those RTH sessions, just for the best part of those sessions, when to get in. So let's take a look real quick at the NASDAQ and talk a little bit about earnings coming in. We're going in our down week next week. The president announced some tariffs on European cars, and they're going to be providing tariffs on the United States products going into Europe. So we've got a bit of a trade war started for next week, and that'll have the markets selling off going into earnings season in July. And I just wanted to mention to you not to panic too much. Typically, before earnings, you get a bit of a sell-off before a rally. Let me get my highlighter so you can see that sell-off into earnings. And then this one was a big gap and go. That was the November. And here is the June, end of June earnings, and then that first week of July comes and it starts, to rally back up. And we're expecting, to see the same type of activity next week, tariff week, and the party won't start really until the oops. Um, July starts and we start getting those earnings to come out, and then we'll get the markets turned around. It did kind of scare me. I saw some projections saying that the market could come back all the way to 6,400, maybe even 6,350. and test these lows. But that would be if the market, really starts freaking out on those tariffs. So far, they've been, ignoring them. But next week will be tariff week, make no mistake. It just depends on how far the market gets us, going to get past this 200 EMA, first stop or second stop. But we'll definitely pump it back up after that. I'd hate to see us lose all this ground on it. Maybe they can get their act together and make some sort of an announcement so we don't lose the entire market share. But this is definitely a range that we're in also. And so when you range, this is what you're supposed to do. So we got a little bit over our skis, but definitely range. Okay. And the 15-minute, we had a white cloud today. We were selling into a white cloud. Um, red, white means, bumpy bottom. And you could see how flat the super trend was, sandwiched between this area, and it just didn't go anywhere, just sort of stayed in there, went sideways. Uh, very few opportunities. This was the opportunity right here, this middle part. Take it down to a 3-minute chart, and that's what we like to do. We like to match the 15-minute with the 3-minute for day trading. And when those two get together on the chart, which is bar close equals true, right here, that was the section that we were concentrating on this morning, then you can come down to your smaller time frame chart and get into those trades on your lower time frame. Taking the triggers individually or all of them, just depending about if you like to trade the ones, twos, threes, fours, or how you like to do it. And then just take a chunk out of it. Trade to a level is what I like to do. Pick a spot, trade down to like a close or a low, and then, get out of the market, wait for a pullback and another opportunity after that to get back in. Here was the pullback. So you could trade one on the bar change. So you would have one lot going, and then you can hit these subsequent ones, pullbacks. So you would have maybe 2 contracts on, maybe 3, and then just take it, slowly like that. And that way you're scaling in and trade to either another level or into a profit target. And then the key to this is just, to stop trading. These runs don't last forever, especially if you're in a red-white situation like we were. You saw the 15-minute was in a white cloud. So that's why it got bouncy, and it did revert back to the mean today. And that has been sort of the pattern that we've been in. Reverted back to the mean until the close, and then it sold off late into the afternoon as people wanted to take money off the table going into the weekend. But I definitely would not have even traded this part of it, but it, had some very good trades going in there. So just use the platforms together. The chart is bar close true. The market analyzer is bar close false. So we can get some faster signals on the linear regression 60, 15, and 3 on bar close false. And that helps, keep us in the right direction that we want to be going. And when we can match our levels in the direction of that higher time frame market that we want to be in, or just trade the alls, that is the best way to do it. So hope y'all have a great weekend. Get ready for tariff week next week and come see us in the trade room. Thank you so much.